Okay. Hello again. I am still Chris Hensley, Assistant Director of First Year and Transition Programs. My supervisor, Kristen Neely, could not be here today, but I'll be doing a presentation on behalf of our office, and then we also have some students that will introduce themselves towards the end of the presentation as well. So just to give you a little background, honestly, Kristen and I went back and forth on do we even still need to include this since it is 2019, but we wanted to keep it to show some consistency over the past few years. But our office over the past 5-6 years has gone through a lot of transition. We were originally part of Hispanic Outreach and combined into one office. However, due to some administration changes, our office was split, and that's when we took over the campus visits programming and included that with our orientation programming as well. And then we underwent a name change back in 2016 to be the Office of First Year and Transition Programs, and that has been our name since then, and we are very happy about that because that's a lot of marketing and programming that you have to change. We feel that our office aligns with the university mission and strategic priority number 4, specifically recruiting, developing, and retaining diverse students, faculty, staff, and administrators. And that is evident through these pillars and numbers. We are based around 4 different pillars in our office: campus visits, new student orientation, transition programs, and then student leadership development. You can see these numbers. Our campus visit numbers have increased significantly since last year, and that is through different collaborations with Honors College, Lion Athletics, as well as the Office of Undergraduate Admissions. We have done quite a few additional campus visit opportunities on the weekends or tied to athletic events that go beyond just your traditional campus tour in the morning or the afternoon. These numbers for new student orientation are our freshman transfer and parent guest numbers from this past year, and we are looking to not only meet these, but exceed these going into this summer 2019 for our incoming fall 2019 class. This past year we had 550 attendees at Lion Camp, and our office has restructured and is working to restructure the Lion Camp program to increase attendance. We have a student director staff that is helping us recreate different programming to truly be what students want rather than what we think they want. And then last but not least, primarily why we're here for the request, is our student leadership development. Our orientation team is staffed by 4 to 5 executive orientation leaders each year, and then a team of about 30 orientation leaders that go through training in the spring semester and work all of the orientation sessions. And then our Lion Ambassador team is staffed by 3 lead Lion Ambassadors that work in our office, doing a lot of behind-the-scenes work for the campus visits program. And then we have about 30 Lion Ambassadors that do all of those different campus visits. So those numbers are put on by 30 different students on campus. So we believe, again, that this connects back to the university mission of educate, discover, and achieve. We are striving to not only educate our prospective students on why they should choose A&M Commerce as their school, but also helping educate our current students through leadership development opportunities within our office. We also believe that we fall in line with university strategic priority number 1, student preparedness and employability. We employ 60 to 70 student leaders every year, and they go through very rigorous leadership development and training processes to be in their different roles. And so we feel that that is in line with this goal and strategic priority. And then we are also part of enrollment management, so we are working to achieve the presidential goal of 2,000 freshmen. We are hopefully on track. Our numbers are up compared to last year at this time, and so we are just keeping on along with our communication and other initiatives. And as you can see in this diagram, a lot of you are probably familiar with the enrollment funnel, but our office, being that we do both campus visits and new student orientation, truly hits on students at all aspects of this enrollment funnel, not just simply when they're here for orientation to get registered for classes. So some potential impacts if the funding request is not made or if it's cut. We might have to restructure the Lion Ambassador team in the campus visits program. It has grown, which is great, as you can see from those numbers, but it has put a toll on those 30 Lion Ambassadors, especially as we each year try to strategically find funding to pay them. Primarily, our office is governed by the orientation fee, and in the past couple of years we've been asked to be self-sustaining, and so we have tried to find ways to pay for both sets of teams out of that one orientation fee. If the funding doesn't continue, we might also have to look at restructuring our orientation team and the different summer requirements and how they work over the summer, potentially changing out how many sessions they work rather than having them work all 8 sessions. While we do not want to do this, it has come up in some benchmarking that we might have to charge for various campus visits programming and our main event preview day. Some other institutions do charge for attending those events or possibly for the meals at those events, and so that is something that we've looked into if we are asked to do that. And then Kristen and I are an office of 2 as of now. We are in the process of hiring a coordinator to help us with campus visits because it has increased significantly. But that's why we rely on these 70 students, but especially those 4 to 5 executive orientation leaders and 3 lead line ambassadors. They're essentially paraprofessionals in our office, answering phones, responding to emails, and truly helping create those numbers that y'all have seen. So why do we do what we do? And it's for the students and about the students. And so we wanted y'all to hear from a couple of our students that staff both of these teams so you can hear their story and how this office has impacted their experience.
Hello, my name is Omar Ramirez. I am a junior this semester, about to be a senior. I have been a Line Ambassador for almost 2 years almost, and so the reason I got into Line Ambassador was because I am a first-time generation student, and I didn't really have a lot of help coming in at first. My parents really didn't know anything about college. They kind of didn't want me to come all the way down here. They wanted me to go closer to home. But I came down here even without orientation. I just, because they told me about like the scholarship opportunities and everything. And so the reason I became a Line Ambassador was because I wanted to help out other students that came like me who didn't really know what college was about, who was their first time ever like stepping foot in a college campus, to like show them what college is really about and to show them that it's not all about being stressed, but like getting connections and having fun out there and just like enjoying your life as a college student while succeeding in life. And so that's what I was, and that's why I became a Line Ambassador. And to tell you the truth, I've had a lot of parents who have came here who are kind of like, I don't know, and at the end, like I've tried convincing them, and they've like told me like, thank you for showing them that there are students out there who actually care about others, and it's not just about themselves. So that's the reason for mine.
Hi everybody, my name is Isaiah Listenby. I'm a public relations major. I've been working with the First Change Transitions program since I started at this campus. It has been honestly a true blessing, just because when Chris talks about that preparedness, he really means like that is at the top of the list of First Change Transitions program. Not only preparedness just for me, but just I feel like I've learned a lot of different personal qualities that have added to my character since being in the First Year in Transitions program. I work with Line Ambassadors, I also work with O-Team. Just being able to have those experiences like going to NACA and going to different, getting that exposure for something that not only helps new incoming students and help me create good engagements with them, but it also helps me in the future because higher ed is something that I plan on doing in the future. So all around the First Year in Transitions program works as a really all-inclusive program that focuses in on so many different aspects, and that's why I love it so much. And yeah, I just love the program, man. I feel like it really serves as a gateway from as us as orientation leaders as well. We serve as a gateway. We serve as that gateway for them, that connection factor to them when they don't, like I guess when they can't talk to anybody. So like we are there for them. So.
And I just want to toot their horns a little bit more than they did. Omar definitely, as he said, he connects with those parents in a way that I honestly haven't seen students do. And we've gotten a lot of positive feedback from both students and, parents and guests, and then other staff members who have talked to those family members after the tour that have praised Omar and everything that he does on tours. And then with Isaiah, he was one of two freshman classification freshman OLs this past year on the orientation team, and not to toot his horn a little bit too much, but he was awarded our Orientation Leader of the Year award back in August after last summer. Questions? Give me one question.
So you requested some additional funding for what you got last year. I think about $30,000 more.
Yes.
Can you just give us a little hint of, or some thoughts about what it would look like if that increase doesn't happen?
Yeah, so the increase is primarily for the line ambassadors' payment and payroll. That is something that has previously been given through enrollment management and retention under different administration, and so when we were asked to be self-sustaining, we scraped the barrels to try to find different funding for that. We anticipate that funding to be able to continue based on the orientation fee that comes in, but part of us on one side that kind of raises a different kind of red flag of, do the students that are coming for orientation know that their funds are going to pay for things outside of orientation? But then also it takes away our office's funding to support some of those transition programs. Since Kristen started 2.5 years ago, we have a laundry list of different additional programs that we would love to be able to provide. Something specific is some transfer student initiatives to be able to have programming for transfer students after they attend orientation. And we just unfortunately have not been able to fund those because we've had to fill the gaps of what we're currently doing. So this money would help us not only continue to employ and pay one large student group within our office, but also would allow some of our current budget to be then put into additional new resources, for example, the transfer program.
You also mentioned that you don't get orientation fee anymore.
We do. We get the orientation fee, it's
Okay.
just now being used to pay for more than just orientation.
Okay.
Whereas in the past it was pay for the stuff at orientation session and then whatever's left goes into our operating budget.
Anybody else? No? Other questions? Okay.
Thank y'all for your time.
Thank you all so much.